Hello everyone, I am Priyanka Gohil. Today we are going to discuss about the most dangerous and serious condition we are facing nowadays, that is COVID-19, or we can say novel coronavirus infection. I am going to correlate this COVID-19 condition with the pregnancy. Now the major consequence of this COVID-19 infection is that there is always a new update in the nature as well as the sign and symptom of this virus infection. So what we need to do is to get ourselves always updated with the new information of this COVID-19 infection. First we will see the learning objectives of our topic. So first we will see the mode of transmission of COVID-19 infection, its sign and symptoms, effect of COVID-19 on pregnant women, comorbidities that the pregnant women may have, then clinical pictures regarding effect on mother as well as effect on fetus, preparedness by maternity healthcare providers, and aspect of high quality care. First, we will see the mode of transmission of this COVID-19 virus. So, it is caused by a new type of coronavirus, that is novel COVID-19 virus. Now, this coronavirus family is having so many types of the virus already present in the world from many years. But this COVID-19 virus is only responsible for causing this pandemic worldwide. Now, it spreads through respiratory droplets that may come out a person's mouth while he or she is talking, coughing, or sneezing. If this person is having close contact, that close contacted another person may get these infected droplets on his or her mouth, clothes, or hands. Now that person, if he or she is touching this infected hand on his face, mouth, nose, and eyes, that virus is entering into the person's body. Now another thing is, if the infected person is having these droplets or virus on his or her hand, and then he or she is touching any surface or object present surrounding on his or her, this virus is transferring on that surface or that object. Now if another non-infected person is touching that infected surface or object, this virus from that surface, it is transferring on the non-infected person's hand, and meanwhile, it is transferring on eyes, nose, or mouth, or the surface of the face of that non-infected person. And this is the way this virus is entering into the non-infected person's body. Now, after entering into the person's body, this virus mainly infecting the respiratory system first. Then after that, it is affecting the major organs of the person. We can say brain, heart, kidney, and liver. And it will cause multi-organ failure, which may lead to a death of the person. So, wearing mask and hand washing is must to prevent getting this infection. Also, person can use hand sanitizer if there is no availability of hand washing, and avoid social gathering and close contact with other persons. Now, this coronavirus is having incubation period of 14 days. Person may develop signs and symptoms within these 14 days or after the 14 days also. But if the person is getting the signs and symptoms after 14 days, till these 14 days also, she or he is a carrier of spreading this infection to the another person. So here we will see signs and symptoms of the COVID-19 infection. Initially, there were only visibility of fever, cough, shortness of breath, and fatigue. But day by day we are updating with the new features. So nowadays there is also a new update with GI tract symptoms like diarrhea and vomiting, and loss of taste and smell sensation is also one of the sign and symptom of this COVID-19 infection. Now here we can divide it into the mild, moderate, or severe state of the infection. If the person is having GI tract symptoms like diarrhea and vomiting, and she or he is having loss of taste and smell sensation, we can say it is a mild condition and there is no need of getting panic or feeling dangerous. But if the person is developing fever, cough, shortness of breath and fatigue, it is a moderate to severe condition and the person is in need to get a urgent treatment. Now there is only shortness of breath, there is no hoarseness of voice. Then we will see the effect of COVID-19 on pregnant women. So some viral infections are worse in pregnant women due to the physiological changes in pregnancy that is happening because of the hormonal changing in the pregnant woman. Then there is relative immunosuppression in the pregnancy so that the pregnant woman's body does not reject the fetus which is present in utero. But there is no such evidence of COVID-19 infection occur into women because of her pregnancy. So we can say pregnant women are not more susceptible to consequences of COVID-19 infection versus general population. And maternal disease is not aggravated by pregnancy unless associated with the comorbidities. Now those comorbidities are hypertension, diabetes mellitus, asthma, heart disease, chronic liver, kidney or lung disease, blood dyscrasia, patient on immunosuppressive medications. Then we will see the clinical picture. So effect on the mother. Majority of the pregnant mother may develop only mild or moderate cold and flu. She may have symptoms like cough, sore throat and fever above 37.8 degrees Celsius. Then few of the pregnant women may develop severe condition and she may have shortness of breath, severe acute respiratory illness, pneumonia and marked hypoxia. Some of the women may develop critically ill situation and she may have tachypnea more than 30 per minute, hypoxia that is SpO2 less than 93%, imaging showing more than 50% of lung involvement. Then the immunocompromised and elderly pregnant women may develop fatigue, malaise, body ache, nausea and diarrhea. Now, if we talk about effect on the fetus, so there is increased risk of miscarriage and early pregnancy loss. Then if we talk about preterm birth, so it is unclear whether it is iatrogenic or spontaneous. Then there is no evidence of intrauterine fetal infection, congenital malformation, vertical transmission of this coronavirus infection from the pregnant mother to her fetus and transmission through genital fluids to the fetus while mother is in labor. Now the preparedness. So maternity healthcare providers need to be prepared to prevent consequences of infection on the mother, consequences of infection on her newborn, spread of the infection from infected pregnant women to other non-infected pregnant women. Then spread of infection from the infected pregnant women to health care providers. Now the high quality care is essential before, during and after childbirth. All women have the right to high quality care. This includes antenatal and intrapartum care, newborn care, postnatal care and care of the mental health of pregnant women. So here we have discussed about mode of transmission of COVID-19 infection, sign and symptoms, effect of COVID-19 on pregnant women, comorbidities, then clinical picture regarding effect on mother as well as effect on fetus, preparedness by maternity healthcare providers and aspect of high quality care. Now, the topics to be discussed next are important aspect of women in antenatal period, care to be taken by pregnant healthcare workers, care of women in labor, measures to be taken by postnatal women, and key points to be kept in mind for breastfeeding. Thank you so much.